1984 was a big year for Paul and Donna Davies. They began dairy farming in their own right, but a poor milk payout that year drove a need to diversify. They chose to plant a popcorn crop. 20 years later, they produce over 80% of New Zealand's popcorn and run a factory that makes 58% of ready-to-eat product. And they still run the dairy operation too.
We've been here for about 26 years now. Bought the first block back in 1984, which was a big year for me. I got married and started growing popcorn as well. And over the ensuing years, we've grown the farm from the original 123 acres to 265. And I guess along the way, we have changed various systems. The biggest one being most recently having gone to a higher input system, but there was good reasons for that. We were traditionally milking sort of 300, 320 spring calving cows, but with the new system we went to 450, 460, with a split this coming season being roughly 170 autumn calvers and 280 spring calvers. And we've slightly put our spring calving date back to compensate. My view was to increase the productivity of what I already had of this farm. To do that, the obvious option was to sell my Fonterra shares and free up that cash. To me, the shares that I had in Fonterra weren't performing anyway. And as I tell people, you know, you really need that cash. And if I hadn't have gone to open country, there's no way I could have done what I've done now.
Originally, when we bought the farm, we bought it when there was a downturn in payout. Interest rates went up, so Paul, he noticed this ad in the paper and decided to pick up on it and grow popcorn for two American brothers who came out to New Zealand. The American guys, it didn't work for them, they went home and we were left with a couple of acres of popcorn. So what we did was we decided to take it on ourselves, start popping the popcorn, bagging it and selling it to retail markets. We managed to get some old machinery, we harvested the popcorn, and from there we decided to buy a small machine which we started popping in our own kitchen. At the same time, Lotto was just getting underway. We knew the local retailer, he asked us to come along with a little machine, little popcorn machine, like a fry pan. That was our very first machine. Would give away bags of popcorn as they bought their Lotto tickets, and that's how the business actually got started. At the time, video shops were coming very popular. Less people were going to the movie theatres. So the video shops, they had good space on their shelves for us. They promoted it well, and we often did deals with them. We did their own packaging, and so they were a very good promotion. We did home shows, school gala days. So often Friday nights, Saturdays, Sundays were spent promoting our own product, along with having to, of course, manufacture it ourselves. And Paul did all the deliveries as well. We're in every supermarket in New Zealand, video shops, and lots of small dairies, service stations. We sell our seed to the cinemas as well, where they pop their own. And I think New Zealanders have become more aware of popcorn now than what they used to be. It used to be an American food.
It's actually looking pretty good, eh, that popcorn? Coming up good. Good expansion.
It is
that
very good, yeah.
this season's harvest? Is that the last lot?
It is, yeah.
Yep. Oh no, it's come up good.
That Argentina stuff that we bought.
We're in our Te Awamutu factory here, which we built in 1984 and expanded in 2003. And I guess consequently to that, we now have an office and a warehouse in Auckland where our sales and marketing team are based, and where this product gets trucked every day from here to Auckland, to our warehouse there, where it's stored along with the other products that we are now marketing and distributing, which are generally imported from overseas. And the orders are made up on a daily basis and sent out from there to all individual customers. I guess we're probably just moving out of the small business stage. We're just hitting the $20 million turnover mark, so that's quite exciting. Staff-wise, we have 23, 25 staff. We've been relatively consistent over the last few years, and we have a really good staff. They've been with us for a long time on average, which I guess says something for the environment and the product and the company. We've got what we call mushroom type of popcorn which we use for coating products such as caramel, because as you can see when it pops up very round, and so it rolls and coats nicely. And from the kernel's point of view, there may not look to the average person to be a difference, but a quick difference is at the head of the kernel it's quite round, and with the butterfly popcorn it's got quite a pointed tip, little sharp tip on it. And here, once it's popped up, you can see it's popped up very different to the mushroom, and it's probably in general nicer to eat, more tender and used for the savoury type products or what you get in the cinemas. It probably doesn't fit with dairy farming so much these days. In the early days it did with the growing of the popcorn on the home farm, but now that it's all contracted out, it probably doesn't at all really. We have a CEO and he basically runs the whole shooting box nowadays. He's been with us for the last 4 or 5 years, and that's worked a dream. We've got a great management team in there, so I can sort of float a bit really and try and just keep a handle on the main issues.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.